Hi, so for today we are going to talk about operations in polynomials, and for today's video we're going to solve 10 problems involving the polynomial operation. So let's get started. So for number 1 and 2 we have addition and difference, or subtraction. So for addition and subtraction, we must take note that in order for us to add or subtract a certain term of the polynomial, okay, those polynomials should have the same degree, okay, in order for you to simplify. So for example, for number 1, we have x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 7. And then it's to be added by another polynomial, which is 4x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3. So we can only add those terms which has the same degrees. So for example, okay, we can group it by 4x cubed, okay, and then plus x cubed, okay. We can add this, and for those who have x squared, that's plus 2x squared, and then plus negative 5x squared, okay, because of the negative here. And for 5x, we don't have any 5x, okay, or any x's on the other polynomial. Then we have plus 7 plus 3. So 4x cubed plus x cubed would be 5x cubed, considering that the coefficient of x cubed is 1. Okay, so 4 plus 1 is 5. Then we have 2x squared plus negative 5x squared, though. So this turns out to be plus 2x squared minus 5x squared. And this should be negative 5x, and then 7 plus 3 would be 10. So 5x cubed plus 2x squared, I'm sorry. So we can now simplify x squared and 5x, 2x squared and minus 5x squared. So 2 minus 5 would be negative 3x squared. Okay? Okay, so we have simplified 2x squared minus 5x squared, which is negative 3x squared. Then copy negative 5x, since there are no terms other than x, so this would not change, and then we have plus 10. So our answer here would be 5x cubed minus 3x squared minus 5x plus 10. So this will be our final answer. So for number 2, we have subtraction. So we have x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 7 minus 4x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3. The problem here is many students got it wrong. Okay, got this always wrong when it comes to subtraction. The number one thing before you do anything in the subtraction in polynomial is to distribute the negative sign on each of the term. So that you have x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 7. So if you distribute, now this becomes plus. So this would be negative 4x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3. Okay? So that's how you are going to actually perform it. Okay? So proceed to addition. Distribute first the negative sign, minus sign, and then proceed to addition. So I have x cubed plus negative 4x squared. X cubed plus negative 4x cubed. That's negative 3x cubed. And then we have 2x squared plus 5x squared. Positive 2x squared plus 5x squared. So that's plus 7x squared. We don't have any terms for x, so we simply copy this. And then we have 7 plus negative 3, or 7 minus 3 is 4. Positive 4. So that would be our answer for this problem. Okay, for multiplication of binomials such as the number 3, we have 4x plus 5, 3x minus 2. It's just simple as multiplying real numbers, okay? Multiplying numbers. So you can also use the most common method, which is the FOIL, which corresponds to first terms, outer terms, inner terms, and the last terms. So you can also use FOIL. Okay. So first, in multiplying this, we could use first term. So meaning that's 4x times 3x. Okay. And then the outer term, we have plus 4x times negative 2. The inner term, plus 5 times 3x. Okay, and lastly, the last term would be 5 times negative 2. So you always have plus, okay, for each of the term multiplied. So 4x times 3x would be 12x squared. 4 times 3 is 12. X times x is x squared. So plus, we have 4x times negative 2, that's negative 8x. Plus 3 times 5, 3x times 5, that's 15x. And then positive 5 times negative 2, that's negative 10. So our answer would be 12x squared minus 8x plus 15x minus 10. Okay? So minus because of the minus sign. So we can simplify further this one. Negative 8x plus 15x, that would be 12x squared plus 7x minus 10 because 8x, negative 8x plus 15x is plus 7x, positive 7x. Okay? So for number 4, let me just copy this. That's how we solve. Okay? So for number 4, we have a certain 4x squared multiplied here in another trinomial here. So it's very simple. We are going to multiply each and every one of the terms to the 4x squared, including the side. So what happens is that we have 4x squared times x squared, okay? And then we have plus 4x squared times negative 6x, and then we have plus 4x squared times 2. Okay? So we distributed the 4x squared to this trinomial. So 4x squared times 4x squared, that's 4x raised to 4. Remember that we are multiplying exponents with the same base. So therefore, we can add the exponent. So this becomes x raised to 4. And then we have 4x squared times negative 6x. So technically, this will be negative because of the negative 6x. Negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. X squared times x would be x cubed. Okay? And then lastly, we have 4x squared times 2. That's positive 8x squared. So that's how you simply multiply that 4x squared or that 4x squared into the uh, trinomial there. Okay, so for number 5, the same thing that we're going to do in a sense that we will just multiply this to each and every one of the terms. So 2x plus 3 multiplied by x squared minus x plus 1. So what are we going to do first is we're going to multiply this 2x to each of the term or vice versa. And then we have 3 multiplied by each term and then simplify. So first thing is we have 2x. Let me just delete this. So we have 2x times x squared plus, again, 2x times negative x plus, we have 2x times 1. Okay? And then plus 3 times x squared. And then we have 3 times negative x. Then we have 3 times 1. 3 times 1. Which is 3 times 1. So simplify. So we have 2x cubed. We have negative 2x squared because of the negative here. 2x times negative x. Then we have 2x. 2x times 1. And then we have 3x squared. 3 times x squared. And then we have negative 3x. Then we have plus 3. So simplify. So do we have cube? None. We don't have. So 2x cubed remains the same. And then we have x squared. Negative 2x squared plus 3x squared. It's just like 3 minus 2. And that is x squared. And then we have 2x minus 3x. That's negative x. Then finally we have 3. So that's how simple it is. Okay? How simple it is to actually multiply this. Okay? So for number 6, we have trinomial to trinomial. The same process that we are going to do. So we have x squared plus 5x minus 4 multiplied by 2x cubed plus 3x minus 1. So first, I'm going to multiply x squared by all of this term. So we have x squared times 2x cubed plus x squared times 3x plus x squared times negative 1. And then, the second term, 5x to 3x and to negative 1. So we have 5x times 2x cubed plus 5x times 3x and then 5x times negative 1. And then finally, the negative 4. So we have negative 4 here and here and here. So we have plus negative 4 2x cubed plus negative 4 3x plus negative 4 times negative 1. Simplify. X squared times 2x cubed would be 2x raised to 5. Their exponent add x squared and x cubed, so x raised to 5. And x squared times 3x, that's 3x cubed. X squared times negative 1 is negative x squared. Then we have 5x times 2x cubed. That's positive 10x raised to 4. So 3 plus 1. Okay, the exponents. Then we have plus here. 5x times 3x, that's 15x squared. And then we have plus 5x times negative 1 is negative 5x. Then perform it. Negative 4 times 2x cubed. Negative 8x cubed. Negative 4 times 3x, that's negative 12x. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Negative times negative would be positive. And then combine like terms and then simplify. So we have 2x raised to 5. There is no other 5 exponent here. Do we have 4? So plus 10x raised to 4. There's none. Other 4. Do we have 3? Raised to 3. 3x cubed, positive 3x cubed, and negative 8x cubed. Okay? So that would be negative 5x cubed. Okay? And then x squared, negative x squared plus 15x squared is 14x squared. Okay? So that's 14x squared. And then we have x, negative 5x minus 12x is, they add up negatively, negative 17x. Okay? So, and then we have the constant 4. So, plus 4. So, we have, let's check, 2x raised to 5, 10x raised to 4. We have x cubed, negative 5x cubed. Then x squared, we have 15 minus this, 14x squared, negative 17x, and then plus 4. So, this would be our final answer for this. So, it may look so long. The solution is long, but technically, it's not that long. Okay. So, for number 7, we are asked to find the product of this binomial, which includes a square root. Okay. The very first thing we're going to do here is FOIL. So, actually, this is as a product of difference. Okay. So, 2r squared times 2r squared. That's first. And the outer would be plus 2r squared times square root of s. Okay. Inner would be negative square root of s. Remember to include the sign here. And then positive 2r squared. That's the inner. And then the last would be negative square root of s. This one and this one. And then times positive square root of s. So we have 2 times 2 is 4, r raised to 4. Then we have 2r squared, square root of s. Then we have 2 times this, 2r squared times this, which has a negative 1 here. So this would be 2r squared, negative 2r squared, square root of s. Then square root of s times square root of s is s. But since we have negative 1 here, negative s times the positive, it will become negative. So negative s. So as you can see, these two terms in the middle is very similar except the fact that this is positive and negative. So we can cancel them out since they are really the same but opposite sign. So we have 4r cubed, okay, minus 4r raised to 4 minus s. So that's the result of the product. Okay? And then for number 8, another one here is another uh, product of two binomials, which includes square root. So we can rewrite this as square root of c plus 1 all over square root of c, then multiplied by square root of c plus 1 all over square root of c. Because it's squared. So it meaning it is multiplied, okay, it's in two binomial form. Okay. So again, we can trifoil. You have first square root of c times square root of c, outer square root of c times 1 all over square root of c, inner 1 all over square root of c times square root of c, and then last, then we have 1 all over square root of c, the last one, plus 1 all over square root of c. Positive. So what happens here is that square root of c times square root of c is c. Okay? And as you can see, this two cancels because it's a multiplication. The other one is in the numerator and the other one is in denominator. So therefore, they cancel. This also cancels. And what happens to this? If they cancel, 1 all over 1 is 1. Then this will become 1 also. And this will become numerator times numerator. That's 1. Denominator times denominator. Square root of c times square root of c is simply c. So we have c plus 1 all over c plus 2. So that is our final answer. C plus 1 all over c plus 2. Okay? So for number 9, second to the last, you have a cube. 2a minus 5b cube. So technically, we can rewrite this as 2a minus 5b squared multiplied by 2a minus 5b. Okay? So furthermore, we can rewrite this as 2a minus 5b. It's a 2a minus 5b 3 times. Multiplied by itself 3 times. That's what the cube means. So first, we can multiply this first, and then the product of this, we're going to multiply with this. Okay, so first, we are going to multiply 2a minus 5b multiplied by 2a minus 5b for itself. And then we're going to multiply the product here to its own self again. So we have 2a times 2a, that's the first. Outer is 2a times negative 5b. The inner is negative 5b times 2a. And the last would be negative 5b times negative 5b. Alright. So if we multiply 2a times 2a, that's 4a squared. And this would be 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Negative 10ab. And this would be also negative 10ab. Then we have negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25 times b. B times b is b squared. So we have positive 25b squared. So we simplify first. 4a squared. We can add this. Negative 10ab minus negative 10ab. Add them negatively. So that becomes negative 20ab plus 25b squared. And then, of course, we are not yet done. This is only the 2a minus 5b squared. That's only 2a minus 5b squared. How about How about cube? So technically, we're going to multiply 4a squared minus 20ab plus 25b squared with 2a minus 5b. Okay? Because that's 2a minus 5b cubed. That is what is being asked in the problem. Okay? So let me just try to rewrite this as reverse. 2a minus 5b, and then we have 4a squared minus 20ab plus 25b squared. So if I'm going to multiply 2a through the terms, okay? So we have 2a times 4a squared plus 2a times negative 20ab plus 2a 25b squared. Okay? And then, of course, minus 5b minus, distribute the minus 5b. So we have plus minus 5b 4a squared plus minus 5b. We have negative 20ab and then plus minus 5b 25b squared. So simplify. So 2a times 4a squared, that's 8a cubed. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times a squared is a cubed. Then we have 2 times negative 20 is negative 40. A times a is a squared. And then we have b. And then we have 2a times 25b squared. That's plus 50ab squared. Then we have this. Negative 5 times 4. That's negative 20. Negative 20. And then we have a squared times b. Okay? And then we have this one. Negative 5b times negative 20ab. So that's positive 100. Okay? And then we have ab squared. Positive because of the negative here. Then lastly, we have negative 5 times 25 is negative 125. So negative 125 b cubed. Okay? So simplify. So a cubed can never be simplified. Okay? This has a cube, but the variable is b. So we cannot simplify. They have different variable. Then we have negative 40a squared b and negative 20a squared b. So we can simplify that. So negative 40 minus 20a squared b. So that's negative 60a squared b. We can simplify that because they have the same variable. Okay? So we have ab squared and then we have ab squared. So 50 plus 100, that's plus 150 ab squared. Then we have negative 125b cubed. And this would be the result of our product. Okay? So, and lastly, for number 10, we have division. So, whenever we have this type of polynomial, division, and separated by addition and subtraction, we can rewrite it as this. 6x squared y cubed all over 2xy plus, because of the plus here, we have 4x cubed y squared all over 2xy minus, because of the minus here, 10xy all over 2xy. And then, simplify them separately. So as you can see, by loss of exponent, this x squared will cancel x here, and this y here will be cancelled here. So this would be x only, and this would be y squared. And 6 all over 2 also is 3. So the result here would be 3xy squared. Okay? Because we simply divide, we simply multiply, or we simply get the simplification. So we have 4 all over 2, that's 2. This x will be cancelled by this, so this becomes x squared. And this y will be cancelled by this, so this becomes simply y. So this would be plus 2x squared y. And then lastly, minus 10 all over 2 is simply 5. X will cancel, y will cancel. So you simply have 5 here. Can you simplify this furthermore? No. So this would be the result of our division of the polynomials. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something about the operations in polynomial. I know this is basic, but this will surely help you if you are reviewing in algebra the basics of the operations of the polynomial. So if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe for more math and engineering tutorial videos. So thank you so much for listening. Again, see you on the next video.